My earliest memory is being at our previous family home, which is not too far away from here, sat in front of the telly, pushing a Terrorhawks video, VHS, into the video machine, staring and watching it, and watching the video over and over and over again. And on the same shelf with all those videos, all those VHSs, were some Thunderbirds ones, some Stingray, one Captain Scarlet, one UFO, I think. And I would just watch them occasionally. This is kind of when I was probably 3 or 4 years old. And around that same time, Mum said to me one day when I was watching Terrorhawks, I think, she said, "You know your dad made this." And when you're a kid, you don't think that a TV series has a crew of, 200 people working on it. It just exists, it's just there. The video's there. So I thought that she meant he'd recorded it off the telly and put the VHS in a box and made the cover, because that was kind of my literal translation of it. And it only kind of dawned on me a couple of years later when he started taking me to Pinewood, the studios which he worked out of for a lot of his life, and I think they were making a Weetabix commercial using the Stingray characters in must have been the very, very early 90s, I think. And I remember watching them doing that and that kind of stuff, and then thinking, oh, I see, he actually made it. I still couldn't quite fathom it because of the scale. And there were some great moments, like when Space Precinct was being made. That was mid-90s, so I was like 9, 10 years old, and I was at the studios throughout the summer holidays. If Dad was ever in on a weekend working, I would go in with him and just sit in his office, or I'd spend time in the art department. I spent a lot of time sat between Richard Gregory and Christine Glanville. Christine was one of the main puppeteers and sculptors on all the shows. And Richard is a great designer. He designed all the 80s Cybermen in Doctor Who. So as a kiddie, I was a Doctor Who fan, so I was, in heaven between those two. But I would get to take in like heads, alien heads that I'd bring home from the set that were no longer in use and take them into school. And that was kind of cool. It was, for some reason, the puppets make you a lot more bullyable than awesome life-size alien masks do.